Hi there, this is Martha Fraser, and today I'm going to talk to you about blood sugar balancing. So, what is blood sugar balancing? So, every day we eat food when we're hungry, and sometimes we forget that this food is actually the fuel for our bodies. So, the food is converted into glucose, and this is the fuel that our bodies run off. So, every day you are regenerating, and even right now, your body is regenerating your tissues, your cells. So, 2 million of your blood cells are regenerated in a second, and these must be replaced. And they're replaced using the nutrients that you get from your food. So making your body out of what you eat is what you're doing when you're eating your food. So you are creating the body that you are by choosing the food that you eat. So when you choose healthy food, you get a healthy body, and when you don't, it's fairly obvious you get an unhealthy body. So as you can see, the body here on the left, the visceral fat that's around the organs, this person's choices aren't um, the healthiest. So it's really important to conceptualize that we are what we eat, but even better, I think, is that we are creating ourselves from the food that we're putting into our body. So making that connection might make the next time that you choose something, you might make a healthier option in the food that you choose to eat. So there are a couple of different taglines that fall under digestion, and not taglines, a couple of different phases of digestion that fall under the tagline of digestion, actually, if you want to put it that way. So digestion, metabolism, assimilation, and elimination. So these processes are very important, and we need to make sure that they're optimal within your body to make sure that you have a healthy body. So digestion is the breakdown of food. Metabolism is either the storage of glucose, or the breakdown of nutrients in your body to create glucose. So basically, metabolism is the creation of fuel for your body, and assimilation is basically the breakdown of the nutrients that you're eating and including those nutrients within your body. So creating other compounds out of the nutrients that you're eating to make sure that you can grow your body from the various different compounds that it needs. And the final phase then is elimination. So elimination is so important. It's very important that you need to take a moment to address your stool movements. Do you have regular stool movements on a daily basis? So basically you're looking for a long stool that's easy to pass, no pain, no cracks in it. If there's cracks in it, it's a sign of dehydration, and a nice dark brown colour. So if you're not having a stool movement every day, then you might need to address that and increase your water intake and your fruit and vegetable intake. So the other thing is that if you don't have regular stool movements, that stool is being lodged within your colon, and the toxins that you're trying to eliminate are possibly being reabsorbed. Our bodies are designed to reabsorb toxins from the stool movements. So again, more reasons to make sure that you are eliminating every day. So as you can see here from this image, there are a lot of processes going on in your body, and you need the nutrients to make sure that these processes happen. And again, if, for example, you're the type of person that is buying, all organic veg and meat and really spending a lot of money on your diet, unless these processes are working 100%, or not even 100%, but optimally, then some of this money might be money down the drain, because you're not absorbing, you're not assimilating, you're not getting the nutrients from your body. So if you have, for example, digestion issues, if you have wind, if you have bloating, or if you have any other symptoms that you do feel your digestion is under pressure, then you need to address those and get those fixed so that you can go on to increase your health. So what does this all have to do with blood sugar balancing? So having, I guess, healthy digestion and metabolism, assimilation and elimination is all part of getting the right nutrients into your body to have balanced blood sugars. So when we eat refined sugars, we get this red graph here, we get this red wave. It goes up on a high and down on a low. And what we want is, we want the green graph there. We want to eat some food, we want to get the sugars. We don't want to get too much, we don't want to get too little. It's a bit of a Goldilocks story where you just want to get the right amount, so that when it comes to the next meal, you feel, yeah, I'm hungry now, I could eat my lunch. Instead of, if you had the red graph, you'd be like, oh my God, I'm coming from a low, I'm really starving, I need to get my blood sugars up. So that's what your blood sugars is all about, basically. Eating food that will balance you throughout the day. So what causes imbalances in blood sugars? So when you do not eat regular meals, so for example, if in the morning you go with a long period without eating your food, you get up in the morning, you don't have your breakfast, and you go, oh gosh, I'll get something at work, and then it turns into 11 o'clock, and then even for some people 12 o'clock before they might eat something. So you've gone all morning and all night without food, and you're asking your body, you're saying, right, look, I need to function, and I need you to, work while I'm getting all my work done. So you're asking your body to function without giving it fuel. So eating refined foods, as we just saw there in the graph, you can get the highs and the lows from refined foods, or drinking stimulants such as tea and coffee. So it's really important that we eat a diet that's balanced, really, in sugars, and with low sugars if possible. This eating a poor diet, really, along with stress, causes your stress hormones, cortisol and adrenaline, to be released, and these can also cause an increase in blood glucose levels. So not only are we looking at improving your diet, but we're also looking at reducing the stress, and addressing both of these will balance your blood sugars. So when you do have high blood sugars, having a lot of sugar in your bloodstream can actually cause inflammation to the vascular system. So it's like having, like this image here, an overflowing tank. So although water is fine, if there's too much of it, it can damage the cells that are around it. So it's very important that once we learn that we can learn how to control our blood sugar levels. So just after eating, we store glucose and energy. Now there's two ways in which it's stored. There's a short-term way and a long-term way. So our bodies store glucose as glycogen in our liver and our muscles, and there's around a 4 to 5 hour of stored glucose in our liver and muscles. And then of course there's the long-term solution, and that's as fat. So if you have fat in your body, then it basically is saying that you have, you've eaten too much, and your body has stored this as fat. And as we all know, fat metabolism takes more time to break down the fat in the adipose tissue and to get the glucose out. So just this little graph here, this little image here, sorry, I don't want to get into the complications of how your blood sugar is released, but I just want to go through the flow. So your blood sugars, it's a negative feedback system. So when you have a low blood sugar, there's a hormone that's released from your pancreas called glucagon, and that stimulates your liver to break down glycogen. And glycogen is basically stored glucose. And so glycogen is then converted into glucose, and that's released into the bloodstream. So when your blood sugars then become high again, that stimulates the release of insulin, and insulin is released from the pancreas, and that stimulates the formation of glycogen. So glucose is converted into glycogen, and it also allows the uptake of glucose into the cells. So then there's less glucose in the bloodstream, and then the other system then kicks back into action. So it's basically like a seesaw between your blood sugars being balanced and the release of insulin and the release of glucagon. So these are the two hormones that are really important in blood sugar balancing. So as I said, it's like a seesaw between metabolism. So it's the growth, it's the formation of glycogen and fat cells when insulin is released, and then catabolism, it's the weight loss or the breakdown, if you want to call it that. When your blood sugars are low, it's the breakdown of glycogen and other nutrients in your body to form glucose. So basically, when you don't feed your body has to go through catabolism. So it needs to get fuel from somewhere else. So it breaks down glycogen and other. I'm not going to go into the complicated side of the other stuff that it breaks down, but it breaks down glycogen and other nutrients to form energy for your body. So this is why basically it is very important when I say, you need to eat your 3 meals a day, you need to eat your 2 snacks, because you're basically keeping your blood sugars balanced. And when you don't, then there's an imbalance of these 2 phases of metabolism, and you want to keep them balanced basically, because if you don't keep them balanced, then your blood sugars are going to become imbalanced, and that causes an offset and of a domino effect of different systems within your body. So balancing blood glucose is about balancing your blood sugars between meals. So what are the effects of low blood sugars? So hypoglycemia is basically the same words for low blood sugar levels. So irritability, dizziness, fatigue, PMS, and anxiety, and the release of stress hormones can cause symptoms of panic attacks also. So further dips in blood sugar will increase the adrenaline workload as well, and your adrenals are probably already under a lot of stress. So basically, if you identify with any of these symptoms, then you can address this by simply, having your 3 meals a day, having your 2 snacks, and eating the right foods. So I just wanted to show you quickly this image here, although it's quite small, that I'm not too sure if you can even read that, but having low blood sugars can offset various systems in your body. So your thyroid, your hormones, and that's your male and female hormones as well. So this is for men and women, and it can just have an incredible effect on your whole body, leading to obesity, cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, female and male dysfunction, and it's just incredible. I might actually create a small video on this chart and just talk you through it. I don't want to get into the complications of it, but when I say to eat 3 meals a day and 2 snacks, you don't realize the amount of stuff that is depending that you eat those 3 meals and 2 snacks. So if you want your body to work right, then you have to eat right, okay? So again, it is really important that you relax. As I said earlier, stress can also add to the imbalance of your blood sugar levels and can cause an increase in inflammation within your body. So bringing relaxation into your body on a daily basis, whether it's just 5 minutes taking some deep breathing, it's really important. And when you say you don't have time to relax, that's probably the time that you most need to relax. So try and use that as a red flag. Okay, when you say, oh my God, I don't have time to relax, just say, okay, red flag, okay, I'm going to take 5 minutes. Even if it's when you go to the bathroom. Okay, so everyone needs to go to the bathroom. Why not try some deep breathing while you're going to the loo? So try and multitask, okay? So choosing the right foods for optimal metabolism is really important. Choosing to eat more protein at every meal, 3 meals a day, and 2 snacks of fruit, nuts and seeds, oatcakes, nut butters, healthy cereals, and to eat every 2 to 3 hours is really important. So that's just a quick overview on what your blood sugars is all about. I'll probably do part 2 and 3 of this as well. So I hope this helped, and I hope you understand it. And if not, I'd love to hear your questions. Okay, thanks very much.